What is going on, YouTube? Welcome to the Living Free channel. My name is Tyler Freed, and today I am rolling through Indiana, about to go around Chicago, Illinois. I got a load from Boston, Massachusetts, all the way up to Minnesota, but the company I'm with, I am dropping it off at a yard that they have, a drop yard that they have, because this load does not deliver for a couple of days and I do not want to sit on it. I am going to drop it, take a reset in Wisconsin, and start up after my 34-hour reset on the next week. So today is a Sunday. By the time you watch this video, tomorrow will be a Monday. That's when I'm going to post it. But anyway, yeah, that is what I'm doing right now. So just to kind of give you a visual of exactly what I'm doing right now, and that's pretty much it. But the topic of this video is about, you have to keep constantly learning. You have to keep learning. You can't ever just think you know it all, and that's the key, in my opinion, to people's success, really, in life, and how far they go in life, and whatever it is that they do. You just have to keep learning. Something that I used to not take seriously, which was my education. When I was growing up in high school and things like that, I did not take school seriously. It wasn't that, I didn't want to learn anything or be stupid or anything like that, but it was just, I was bored. The things that they taught in school weren't necessarily things that I could use in the real world to make money, to start a business, to grow a business, to really, it didn't really interest me. I didn't see the point in a lot of the classes, and I was just bored with it. But however, as I've gotten older, I've really, and as I've gotten into a business and things like that I really am interested in, I've become very interested in educating myself, and I've actually, like to read. I read every single night before I go to bed, about an hour a night before I go to bed, on many different subjects, mainly subjects that teach me about business and finance and things that I can apply to what it is that I am doing. But I love to read. I love to read about history, things like that. But the point is, you have to keep learning to improve. If you stop learning, if you stop reading and educating yourself and not take, stop taking courses and things like that to improve your skill set in life, the whole future you're going to have is going to stay the same, and eventually your progression's going to go down. Nothing really stays the same. If you stop growing, stop progressing, right, in your education, you're going to go down. Your skill set's going to actually drop, right? So that's why it is vitally important, and that's the point of my content, is to kind of inspire people to kind of, be that person that's like, hey, you can do better, you can improve, you can do this, you can do that, right? And have a can-do attitude, not a, life is doom and gloom, and it's pretty much just, the system's rigged, the politicians are ruining everything, and blah, 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 blah. No. That's not true, right? You're in control of your education. You're in control of improving your skill set. You're in control of getting better. And that's the point of this video, And I'm just thinking a lot about, the industry I'm in. And I think, in the trucking industry in particular, a lot of people go into the business side of things. They go from being a company driver into buying their own truck and becoming an owner-operator, and have zero knowledge of business, zero knowledge of, the things that they really need to know before getting into that business, and a lot of them fail. The statistics of failure in business in general in America is 80% of small businesses don't make it past the first year. And then of that 20% that made it past the first it's a really small chance of success. And I believe this, that for the most part, most businesses fail in America long term because of the lack of education going into whatever business it is they're trying to create. Okay? And that is the point of this video, is to just kind of say, hey, you can learn anything you want to learn. I mean, just about any subject that you want to learn about is on YouTube, or it is, on Amazon. You can buy just about any book that you want to buy, right? And read about any subject. I've learned about accounting, personal finance, business finance, investing in the stock market. I've learned about real estate. I've learned about the trucking industry, all on my Amazon Kindle. And, that is one of the greatest investments I've ever made, is buying an Amazon Kindle, because I can literally on this one device buy any book I want to buy and read about any subject I want to read about. And I'm a firm believer in, piss poor preparation leads to piss poor performance. So for example, if I'm going to go into the trucking industry, right, and start my own business in the trucking industry, not just be a driver, but start my own business, I need to be prepared, not only financially, actually have the enough capital to get started in a capital intensive business. I mean, this business requires a lot of capital to get started, right? On the right foot. A lot of people start with very little money, and most owner-operators, most business people fail because they didn't realize, hey, you need a lot more money than you actually thought you needed, right? You thought, oh, I'm just going to take a risk and start with $20,000, buy a truck, and have no funds to operate my business. No, you're going to fail. It's inevitable, right? You're going to fail. You need to educate yourself on how much money you really do need. If you would have read the books that are available to you, you would know how much it really costs to get started, say in the trucking industry or any other industry that you are in, and that's the point of this video, is to just kind of talk about, how vitally important it is, to, hold on a second, gotta get over, how vitally important it is to educate yourself constantly, and not ever think that you know it all. Like, I don't know it all, right? I can read all these books and have all this information, but things always change too. That's why constant education and constant improvement is so important, because things are going to change. Laws are going to change. Rules and regulations are going to change. The expenses of your company are going to change as you grow, if you have a company, or whatever it is that you're doing. And this doesn't just apply to trucking, right? This applies to everything in life, So educate yourself on how to deal with every situation, how to improve yourself. And this is not only for people watching this video. This is for myself. This is me just talking out loud, into a camera, and really telling myself that. And it's just my thought. And if you agree with me or disagree with me, please make a comment in the comment section below. If you believe people should just stop learning, then make a comment about that. If you believe people should constantly try to, gain more knowledge and improve their skill set by gaining more knowledge, then make a comment about that. Let me know what you think. And if you like the video so far, please like the video and subscribe to the channel, okay? And because there will be more videos like this in the future if you did like the content. So anyway, let me continue. The reason let me get into why I'm starting this channel for, and why I'm doing it more consistently. My goal is to kind of post like every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, just so you know. Like, that's my goal now. It may be if I'm home, if I'm on home time, I may not post that week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but every week that I'm out on the road, I plan on posting Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 times a week, so you can expect me to post that often. But the reason I started this channel is to kind of, document my journey, right, in life, not just in the trucking industry, but in life, and to also, share my thoughts and beliefs with people, and to network with people eventually that are also doing the same thing that I'm doing, right? And I want to motivate people. I want to motivate people. I am somebody that I will call it like it is. I am somebody who was a loser, 4 or 5 years ago. And I don't know, I just had that come to Jesus meeting with myself, and that moment of, hey, you need to get your act together. You need to go learn something. You need to get a career. You need to not be broke when you're 35, right? You need to have a future, man. And in order to do that, you've got to give up all these bad habits that you have and change everything, right? And if you want to have a great life, you're going to have to learn to sacrifice, and you're going to have to learn to do things that you don't necessarily like to do or aren't necessarily fun, like reading, for example. And that's the topic of this video. And constantly educate yourself, right? I used to hate reading. I used to hate school, blah, blah, blah. But I learned that, hey, all the richest people in the world, all the most successful people in the world, all the people that you admire, that I admire, constantly educate themselves. They constantly improve on whatever craft it is that they're doing, right? Like what does Tom Brady do, right? He is 43 years old. He's won 7 Super Bowls. The guy doesn't need to play another game in his life. He's the greatest ever, right? Love him or hate him. But the guy is doing what? He's constantly improving on his craft. He's constantly trying to get better. And it's like, dude, you don't even need to try to get better, right? But the point is that's why he's great. Because he's constantly trying to improve, even if he doesn't really need to prove anything to anybody anymore, right? And so that's the point, right? Like, whatever it is that you're doing, and if you're starting at 0 and you're like, dude, I just have a basic life, man, but I want to do better, I just don't know where to begin. Well, that's where you begin right there, right? Is recognizing that, hey, I got a problem. And that's what I did. I had a problem, man. I was bored. I needed to find something that was interesting, that had an upside. Find a career or find a passion that has an upside, something that can truly change your situation. I think too many people just choose things and don't think about the long-term effects of whatever it is they're choosing, right? And so that is the point. It's like, man, do something that has a legitimate future for you. And that was trucking for me. I mean, it could have been anything else, right? But like, I need to do something that I know I can do, but also is very challenging and has a huge upside. And that's what I chose to do. And like I said, you have to learn to do things you don't like to do. If you want to improve your life, and that's the point of this channel. It's the Living Freed channel, and the reason it's named that is because I want to live a free, fulfilling life. I want to try things and do things that are challenging and try to accomplish as much as I can accomplish in this life that God gave me, right? I want to use my abilities. I want to use the work ethic that God gave me, right? And if you don't believe in God, that's fine. It is what it is. But, whatever, right? If you don't, hey, you can still use your abilities, right? Still try to maximize and take control of your situation, And I think that's just vitally important. I think a lot of people need to do that, right? And quit banking on the government or quit banking on some other person to change their situation. The government's not going to teach you how to make a living. The government's not going to change your situation. You're going to have to learn how to make a living. And the key is learn how to make a living. You're going to have to learn how to improve your situation. Again, constant education. That's the point of this video. And that's the point of this channel, is to, hey, let's all improve our situation. Whoever watches my channel is going to want to do better with their life, right? And if you're somebody who doesn't like what I'm saying about do better, educate yourself, try to improve you and your family's situation. If you don't like that, then this isn't the channel for you. And I'm not the person for you. I don't want to be around negative people. I want to be around people who want to improve. So that's just how it goes, man. That's just the way. That's how I think now. And I didn't used to think this way, like I said in this video earlier. Man, I didn't think like this, but I know now that I'm 26. When I was 20, I did not think like this at all, dude. At all. So if you're watching this video, you're listening to a totally different person at 26 than he was at 20 years old, right? Totally different. Went from a total loser, in my opinion, right? Maybe I'm being harsh on myself. I don't know. Probably not. But that's what I thought of myself, right? And so that inspired me to change, though. Just because you're a loser now, just because your situation sucks now, doesn't mean you can't change the situation and make it better. See, I was dwelling on my situation. I was dwelling on depression and all this stuff instead of saying, hey, you know what? I need to quit dwelling on the negative things and do something to change it. Because no one's coming to change it for me. I'm going to have to learn to do things I don't like to do, like read. And that's the topic of this video, right? I haven't really thought of an exact title, but whatever. It's going to be something like, it's going to be something like, you got to constantly educate yourself. And so that's what you need to do to improve. And education is not just, oh, I read and I get this information, but I do nothing with it. You can have all the information in the world that you want in your brain, but if you do nothing with the information, it's useless, right? So it's not only learn something and know it, but do it. And hey man, quit wasting your time reading if you're not going to actually use the information. So you have to put action to whatever it is you're learning, right? And so anyway, if you like the video again, please like the video, subscribe to my channel. I just wanted to make a quick video on this topic. I'm really passionate about this. I think most Americans are asleep and completely unaware of their situation and why they're struggling and everything like that. And I just wanted to, share my thoughts on this topic. If you disagree, please leave a comment in the section below, like I said. But anyway, have a blessed day, and I hope that you like this content, and I hope that you subscribe, like I said, and stick around for more content in the future.